was asked by the CEO forum to kind of come up. It was funny. We did an interview. Then he said, "Hey, can you send me just kind of a summary in 100 words or less?" And so I was like, "You don't know me. 100 words or less, that's torture." It's torture, but it makes you really think about it and say, okay, what are the things? And so I try to think of an acronym. I said, okay, ACT, A-C-T. So A is acknowledge. I said, to really go into the diversity inclusion piece, you have to acknowledge that there's an issue and truly believe it and acknowledge it, not just pay it lip service, not just say, oh yeah, it's a problem, but thinking, man, I just wish this would go away. I'm so tired of hearing about this. Why don't folks just get over it? Why don't you just get over it? Slavery's over. Why don't, kind of things like that. What's the thing going on in your head? Or are you truly trying to learn about some of the struggles or some of the things that are going on? And so acknowledge, is important. And I think people, when they feel that you hear them and that you're at least willing to acknowledge, it's such a relief. You should have seen the organization when the CEO of one of the companies sent out this really heartfelt video to his teammates. And he said the flood of emails and letters and notes, and people, even folks that were not in a category that was concerned. They weren't a minority. They just said, I am so glad that we're having the discussion because I didn't know what to say. I wanted to say something, but I was afraid because I didn't want to insult anyone. I didn't want to say the wrong thing and cause a problem. And so this is great. And so it's very cathartic for people to when you actually get it out in the open and talk about it. So that's the thing, is acknowledge, see, communicate, it's two-way communication. I don't know if you saw, I know it's anathema to talk about the Air Force, okay, in West Point, no, but seriously, General Goldfein, I had the privilege of working for him when he was the director of the Joint Staff. I was a Joint Staff surgeon, so he was a 3-star then, and so he and his command master, it's not command master chief, that's Navy, his senior enlisted advisor, it was a 6-minute video. I don't know if anyone saw that. I know the Army's done some, but I just thought that was so well done between General Goldfein and Sergeant Major Wright to say, hey, I don't have the answers. I don't know, but we need to talk. What do you think? And so you've got the most powerful leader of the Air Force willing to sit down on a video on a YouTube and talk to his senior enlisted advisor, show that vulnerability. I don't know what to say. I don't know the right answers, but I want to do something. I know something has to be done. So the communication, so both sides. So his Master Chief found it, or Master Sergeant, I keep saying Master Chief. Master Sergeant said, hey, I was, able to talk to my Chief of Staff of the Army and, tell him my thoughts and challenge him on video in front of everybody. And I think that's what we need. We need honest, open communication. Leaders need to show their vulnerability. It's not weakness. It's, that, hey, I don't have all the answers and I need the help from my team to get them. That goes a long way. And so AC, and then T is take bold action. And so I had to kind of finesse it because, take, it's actually action, but T sounds better, ACT, act. So taking bold action by really doing something and not just and not being afraid of saying, oh, someone might be upset if I pick this person, or if I pick that person, or or it looks weird if I have, like for me, I was followed. General Scott Dingle is my replacement, African American male, 3-star, and the number 2 person in MedCom is Talita Crosland, a West Point graduate, African-American female. So, what are the odds of that? It's like, yikes, that looks bad. You can't have both blacks, right? Because it looks fake. It looks like, no, but they're really, really good. Yeah. They're really good, both of them. They just both happen to be black. And you have to be willing to say and risk someone saying, oh, we've already had a black one. Now we're gonna have another black one back to back. Well, if you have, and if Scott Dingle, he's really good. I wanted to be like him when I grew up, when I knew him as a major and I was a lieutenant colonel. So you have to be willing to take bold action and not worry about, quote, how it looks or what people might think. And I think that's where we need to go. Kind of the advice to folks: acknowledge, communicate, and take bold action. Otherwise, guess what? We're going to be here 10 years from now, 20 years from now. It's going to keep recrudescing if we don't have a conversation in a way to keep it going, and not just, okay, 90 days, news cycle, off it goes, and now we're on to the next event.